Assalamualaikum. Hi everyone, I'm Ki. I will start explain the first part of the flow where the funds come from and how they are channeled through financial instruments to institutions. Funds in Islamic financial system come from various groups in society, including workers, students, entrepreneurs, and pensioners. Those individuals place their money into financial instruments such as saving deposit, investment accounts, current accounts, and mudaraba investment account. Those instruments serve as a way to collect and pool the funds securely and in a Sharia compliance manner. Once collected, the funds are then transferred to financial institutions like Islamic banks or the Islamic Development Bank, which act as intermediaries in the financial system.
Now, I will continue from the institution side to show how the funds are used and who will be benefits. After receiving funds from the public, Islamic financial institutions provide various financing instruments. These include home financing, project financing, and murabaha financing, which follow Islamic principles by avoiding interest and promoting ethical investments. The final beneficiary of these financing products are the same groups that contribute the funds, which including workers, students, entrepreneurs, and pensioners. This shows how the Islamic financial system creates a balanced cycle which the funds are collected from the society, used productively, and then returned to the society in the form of financing and support.
In Islamic finance, a financial contract called an aqd is a binding agreement between two parties, guided by Sharia principles. A valid contract must include three key elements: saya, which is the offer and acceptance; al-aqidah, the contracting parties; and al-maqut alai, the subject matter. Most importantly, the contract must follow Islamic law, meaning it must avoid riba, gara, and masir. Only lawful and ethical transactions are allowed. In a financial contract, saya means offer and acceptance. It must be clear in past tense and happen in the same session. Next, al-aqidah refers to the contracting parties. Both must be mature, sane, and have reached puberty to make the contract valid. Lastly, al-makut ala is the subject matter. Like a house or car, it must be halal, owned by the seller, clearly defined and available at the time of the contract.
The first key uses of financial instrument is investment. A common example is the Mudarabah General Investment Account. In this profit-sharing contract, the investor, known as Rabu Mal, provides the capital, while the bank or Mudarib manage the investment. Profits are shared based on an agreed ratio. If there is a loss, will be bear by the investor, while the bank lost only time and effort. The purpose of investment is to earn halal returns through Sharia compliant activities. Second is means of payment. Financial instruments help transfer money for trade, settle accounts, or make cash purchases. In Islamic finance, the bank acts as wakil or agent, facilitating payments and charging a fee, especially common in trade financing. Last is store of value. This means they help preserve wealth over time. It could be money, sukuk, or even gold. Some store of value have subjective value like jewelry, while others have objective value.
Hello everyone, my name is Eli Amandalisa. So I'm going to explain about the role of financial market. The role of financial market can be categorized into three, namely a place to utilize the capital, a place to allow risk sharing, and a place to communicate the information. I'm going to explain about each role. First role is a place to utilize the capital, which is a money as capital to be invested to the profitable project. A part of invested to a certain project, money is also used to be invested into a commodity trading, such as buying sukuk or share. And the second role is a place to allow risk sharing. When the money used as a capital for the purpose of project financing, the risk associated with the project will be shared among the parties. The risk sharing enables the profit to be shared among the members too. And the last role is the place to communicate the information. Any information associated to the financial market will be shared by both Rabumal and Mudarib by communicating the information, putting the Islamic Bank in a better position to utilize such information. And that's all for me. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Shadinesh Rudy and I will present about the structure of financials market. There are three components under financials markets with a money market, capital market, and foreign exchange market. Let's start with the money markets. This segment deal with the short-term financial instruments, typically with maturities of less than a year. Islamic bank transfer funds among each other in this market. The utilizing instruments such as negotiable Islamic certificates of deposit, government's investment issues, Islamic accepted bills, Islamic treasurers bills. Some functions of money market are to give assistance to those having a deficit, mechanism for investor to gain some profits. Some key characteristics for the Islamic money market: large transaction volumes. For instance, ITB had an outstanding amount of 1.7 million ringgits. Next is low default risk and supported by government incentives. Next is strict adherence to Sharia principles, ensuring transactions are free from interest, which is riba, and focus on profit sharings. Next, we have the capital market, which focuses on a long-term financings. Companies experiencing financial deficits or looking to expand seek funds from investors in exchange for profit sharing upon maturities. One of the most widely used financial instruments in the Islamic capital market is sukuk. A great example is Dana Infra Nasional Berhad, which issues the Dana Infra Retail Sukuk to finance the Sungai Buloh Kajang Mass Rapid Transit (MRT) projects. Through the capital markets, businesses gain access to necessary funds, while investors receive long-term financial return. Last is foreign exchange market. It is a market where the foreign currency being exchanged. Why we need a foreign exchange market? Because each country have their own types of currency. It is also help for the companies to trade globally. Example of foreign exchange market activities: assume a Chinese importer who buy a shipment of Malaysia liquefied natural gas (LNG) and the payment must be in RM, paid to Malaysian bank. The Chinese importer need to exchange yuan to ringgit Malaysia from Chinese bank and ask the bank to pay Malaysian bank on the transaction. Any other contract can be used are forward, futures, and swaps. That's all. Thank you.